about the future, but building it face to face. We don't wait for permission. We don't grow alone. Every conversation matters. Every seed we've sown. This is Elevate Your Growth, where the vision gets louder, where we rise together, and the move makes you stronger. Pull up the seat you belong.
Hello. There we go. I am making sure I am streaming through the group and inviting everybody in. Give me 1 second. As you come in, let me know, say hello. We're going to be going over the elevated identity today, okay? Yes. Let me see. Let me make sure. Yep. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I got the right one up. Yep. Excellent. Okay. So the elevated identity, the blueprint for your next level brand. You know, this is so imperative that we are positioning for our next levels. That we are not solely focused on where we currently are. Okay? Let me get it back up so I can see you guys as you come in. Okay? That we are forward thinking, because this is what's going to be the thing that empowers our brand to make sure that we are showing up for our current level as well as the next level. And actually, it's the next level and how we identify and how we bridge the gap between our current day way of being, our brand, our positioning, and bridging that gap with where we're headed. Okay? So the potential positioning, and let me go off so you guys can see this. Okay? So people really experience your potential first. They experience your positioning first. It's so important that you are positioned properly. You're positioned for where it is you're interested in going. Okay? So the legacy identity, what that looks like is you are defending your past achievements, your call and where you came from. Okay? Instead of your elevated identity, which is preparing for the future rooms, preparing to take up territory in all the places that you're interested in heading. Okay? So with the legacy identity, you're solely looking at on your exceptional work. You are only looking at the things that you have done. Where the elevated identity is building relationships before you need them. Oh my goodness. Let me say that one more time. Building relationships before you need them is so important. You don't want to build relationships with people when you need to. So the minute you connect with that person, you're asking them for something. No. Relationships for your next level, they need to be cultivated over time. Okay? So with the legacy identity, you've got a fragmented, reactive online presence. What does that mean? That means that there's no actual plan or there's no strategic process. It's just reactive. You're just posting same day. You have no strategy. You have no plan. Whenever there's a trend, you hop on the trend. It's just reactive. Instead of calm, collected, poised, intentional, and planned. So the elevated identity is a complete, cohesive, professional experience. Everything needs to be cohesive with your approach to your personal, your professional branding. Okay? So here are the pillars of the next level brand architect, where I want you guys living. Where you define your identity. We keep talking about this because this is the foundation of every aspects of excellence is you have to define the identity. Build around the leader that you're becoming. Build around the version of yourself that you are stepping into. Not who you were or who you currently are, but who you're interested in becoming, who you're working towards becoming. You have to call that person into existence. You have to position yourself as if you're that person right now. And around that leader that you're becoming in your defined identity, you create consistency. Where your messaging and your presence, it must tell the exact same story every time. You have to increase your visibility. You're going to have to get uncomfortable with being comfortable, really. Get uncomfortable. Be seen. Let people know what it is that you have to offer. Increasing your visibility where you're teaching and you're speaking, you're publishing things, you're running ads, and you're networking intentionally, which is something that you guys are already doing. You're making sure you're in the room. You're making sure you're connecting with people. You're making sure you're having coffee dates. You're following up with people. You're doing all the right things. You are building into people. People are building trust with you so they understand that you are a professional that they can refer and be confident that you're going to deliver. You protect your reputation. You honor your commitments. And you lead with integrity. That is so imperative that that's done. That you show up for yourself and you show up for others. You do what you say you're going to do. Your reputation is important, but it's equally as your reputation as important. I want you to understand that so is how you show up for yourself, your integrity, the content of your character. Make sure that you understand who you are, regardless. Okay? And then your continuous growth. You have to be committed to improving yourself and implementing these things every day. Improvement is required in order for us to build the brand and attract the type of opportunities, attract the people that we want to connect with. It is required that we are committed to this daily. Okay? So, through the consistency, understand you have to be absolutely consistent. People look at your online presence and they think if this person won't show up for themselves consistently, how do they show up to serve me consistently? If someone visits your website or they read your social media or they meet you in person, they must experience the exact same professional identity because people trust consistency. You have to make sure that you're showing up the same way every time in order for you to have an elevated brand core. You are your brand. You have to make sure that you are showing up in the same way. And that included in this is your website presence, this is LinkedIn, social media, your in-person communication style, okay? Your email signature materials, okay? Your management style. It has to be consistent. People don't want to see you be nice and kind and giggly online, and then you're being horrible to your support staff. You're being horrible to the wait staff. That's inconsistent, and people don't appreciate that. That's something that is required of us in leadership, is to overcome the parts of us that make us inconsistent, to if we aren't currently that version of ourselves, to be actively working on it. So that we are indeed the person that people think we are. when we are operating in excellence, to make sure that we are doing so in every aspect. So the familiarity, it builds trust every time. Okay. So with this, you want to be actively looking for opportunities to speak and teach. Make sure that you are getting into places and spaces and rooms where you are being seen. Do not misunderstand me. There is a polar opposite to this, where you are in every single room that there is. There is actually a oversaturation in going and being in every room that can diminish your brand as well. So yes, you want to be highly visible and you want to be showing up, but also make sure you're being intentional about the rooms and the spaces that you're showing up in. Because the rooms that you're in are also speaking to who people may think that you are, or how you are speaking about your brand. You want to make sure that you are operating in rooms and operating with the caliber of people that exhibit integrity and they align with who you are. I'm at a point in my career where I don't go in just any room. And I think that that should be the same way that you are too, because no, you're not going to know the heart and the caliber of every single person in a room. However, it is important that we do our due diligence to be selective and make sure that we're operating in rooms where people, they have integrity and they're upstanding. And making sure that we're operating in with integrity even when no one's watching. Because those are the people that people invest in, people that they can rely on. So the trusted authority as the go-to expert in your industry, is the visible person that's backed by unwavering integrity. You don't want to be the person that's the empty megaphone, visible but can't be relied on. You see them everywhere, but they can't be relied on. Or the hidden expert, where they do exceptional work, they're deeply caring, people like them, they operate with integrity, but they're invisible. No one knows who they are. You can't serve anyone with those type of outcomes. You have to be visible. We're visible not to seek attention and just draw eyeballs to ourselves. No, we're visible because the more people that see us and connect with our brand, we will be able to serve them with excellence. It's not about us at all. We have to overcome shying away from being seen, because yes, we might feel like it's about us, but actually it's about those that we serve. Okay? So the leadership lab, that's what we're in right now. Knowing what to improve, that's only the first step. Knowing is only the first step. We have to transition from philosophy into implementation. That's where the greatness lies. It's taking what it is that we're talking about, taking the things that we learn about and actually implementing them. A practical strategy to align your brand with the opportunities that you want to attract. You have to go in knowing the opportunities that you want to attract and knowing the areas of improvement that you need to look at. So here's how you assess and you audit your current brand. Okay. Evaluate your assets through the eyes of a prospective client or an investor. So take yourself out of the equation, like you're not looking at your own brand, whether you're looking in LinkedIn, whether you're looking on Insta, whether you're looking on YouTube, whether you're looking on Facebook. Take yourself out of the equation, and I want you to audit your brand. Look at your digital assets. That includes your websites, your profiles, Google search results. Okay? See what aspects are missing there, what gaps you have. Assess where you are. Assess that if you were looking for somebody in your industry, and their social media and Google search present and website was positioned in the same way that yours is now, would you trust that person to buy from them? If your answer about your own brand is no, then that means that there's work to be done. There's some things that you have to strengthen in order to get where it is that you want to go. Your visuals. It is absolutely imperative, whether you're in the workforce or whether you are a business owner, that you have a professional headshot, at least one. Get a professional headshot. Invest a few dollars in a headshot and use it as your profile picture. What do your marketing materials look like? What's your trifold look like? What's your business cards look like? What's your QR code situation? What is the presentation of your brand? How is it positioned? If you take a step back and you assess your brand through the eyes of a buyer, would you buy from you? And then your messaging, your biography, your email signature. Is your value proposition clear? And then you go from there, and then you document every inconsistency. Every aspect of your brand that isn't communicating professionalism, this gives you the place to start. And also ask, is the value immediate? Are you adding value to your client base with the information and your copy and your content and how you're showing up? Are you adding value to their life? Are they going to come to your digital assets and leave better than when they got there? Some tidbit of info about whatever industry that you're in. Okay? Because building trust and adding value are so imperative in this day and age for conversions. We want to trust the people that we're connecting with, especially in this day and age with so much AI and digital presence. We're buying differently now. So, okay, here's a reminder about the positioning formula. Okay, we've gone over this almost every time because it's imperative. And I want to remind you guys that this is a foundational piece. This is woven into the fabric of your infrastructure for your business and your personal branding. Okay, I help target audience. I serve your specific niche by helping them with a specific action so they can transformational outcome. Okay. This helps you establish your professional messaging so that you're speaking directly to your target market and they know it the minute that they hear it. So when your outcome is clear, your value is immediate. Knowing your outcome, people purchase outcomes. They don't purchase so much the product, the thing, the tangibles, the service. They want the outcome. Think about it. When we're buying something, when we're buying an eye cream, when we're buying a membership to a gym, we don't actually care about all the fancy equipment. We care about I'm making a move so that I can experience a healthier lifestyle. I care most about the transformation that this gets me closer to creating for myself. Okay? Focus on the transformation at the end. So here's the gaps. So you want to compare your current reality to your desired future. And you do this across 4 domains. So that this can help you identify and therefore close those gaps. Because remember, we're not solely marketing and positioning our brand for where we currently are. We are assessing who we are today, but we're also closing that gap from who it is that we're working towards becoming. So you want to highlight these. And this is going to require immediate action. Okay. So the appearance, the professional imagery, visual consistency, your brand presentation. Okay. What do those aspects look like? The messaging. Are you clearly positioned? Do you have consistent language? Do you have a strong value proposition where people know exactly what it is that you do, how you serve, your unique value proposition, why should I buy from you versus the other thousands of companies or organizations out there? Why should I partner with you? Why should I buy with you? What's special about you? Your value proposition. Okay, authority in the aspect of being the go-to expert in your industry. Okay, speaking engagements, testimonials, media features in terms of news, broadcasts, radio, magazines. These are all things that signal to people that you are a professional. You want to start to either invest in these types of things in the media features. You want to invest in it, or you want to be building relationships with people so that you can have access to this kind of coverage. It's imperative. Or certifications. But if a certification is required, if you're a therapist and it requires a certification, yes, 100% go after it so that you can be an authority. However, if you do not require a certification in your line of work in order for you to practice and operate, do not use certifications as a means for you to delay showing up. Because I have also seen from my clients and members that it's something that they hold on to because it's actually tethered to a larger limiting belief. You feel like you're not good enough. And so you feel like if you acquire another certification, then you will magically feel worthy. That is not true if you're operating from a place of a limiting belief. However, again, if you require a certification in order to practice in your industry, yes, by all means. But do not let it be a reason that you don't show up. Okay? And then your digital presence, your website, your LinkedIn, your Google business profile, your social media platforms. Making sure that they are bridging the gap between your current reality and your desired future. Okay? That's how we break those down. So, this is what you're going to do. And this is here in the group for you to go back and look through it again. And it's also available in the vault on YouTube for you guys. The Leadership Lab, this video, this training, as well as every other training that we have. Okay? So you're going to build a 30-day brand elevation plan based on everything that we discussed. You're going to break it down between priorities, the actions required, the resources needed, and then a deadline so that you are putting a specific ending point on it to push yourself to have it done by that time. If it's a priority to update your LinkedIn, do that. What's that look like? You break it down into action items. Rewrite your headline, update your professional photo, add recent accomplishments, and request 2 recommendations, right? Resources. You know that if you need to update your professional photo, then you're going to need to get a professional photographer, right? Another resource, a copywriter review. Actually, you can do this through AI now, especially if you programmed your ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you have, whatever you're using, whether you're using the free model or the paid model. You want to program your AI so it understands who you are. And the way that you program it is you tell it to ask you questions that will make it more familiar with your brand. And you take 15 minutes, you answer those questions, and it's permanently programmed. And it will give you more customized and more intentional insight about your specific brand, your industry, market research, all of these various things. So you can actually then use the AI to render your copywriting and assess it from where you're interested in going. Okay, and then give yourself a deadline, 14 days, 30 days, whatever it's going to be. Just make sure you're actively working towards an end in sight so that you're implementing and you're using these tools to empower your personal and your professional brand. And so there could be an evident difference. And so that you can start to attract the type of opportunities that you're interested in attracting. Okay? So the daily habits engine. Consistency, it creates credibility. Okay? So small actions, they compound into trusted reputation. Trust in the market from your potential clients and your potential opportunities and engagements and invitations and recommendations and referrals and all the things. Okay. So you're going to publish one piece of valuable content each week. Valuable in the essence of you're teaching someone something. Okay. You're going to engage, intentionally interact with professional connections. Make sure that you are reaching out to people. You are following up with people. You are calling, you are texting, you are emailing, you are DMing people that are professional in your life that you feel like you can actually build with and you can add value to their lives and they can add value to yours. Okay? Through this, you'll strengthen. You'll build one business relationship each week with this intentionality. Do that within the EYG ecosystem and outside of the ecosystem. Constantly be connecting with people. And read. It is so imperative to read and improve your expertise. Read and improve your expertise. Always be pouring into yourself and making sure that you are becoming a better version of yourself, because it's going to spill into every aspect of not only your business or your professional life, but your entire life holistically. Okay, and then you want to review your brand quarterly. Look at the ways that you've improved. Look at the deadlines that you hit. Look at the revenue that you accrued. Look at your up points and your down points and what your brand is doing and the ways that you expanded and the things you want to add, the things you want to take away. Be evaluating your brand to see if the decisions that you're making and the decisions that you've made are getting you closer to your desired outcome of how you want to show up in the marketplace. Okay. So the growth and the leadership challenge, the micro challenge within 7 days, is to choose a single improvement that better aligns your brand with your future vision. It's just a small intentional change. Okay. And then share one when you completed it within the EYG community. We want to celebrate with you. We want to celebrate what it is that you are doing to improve yourself. That's why we're here. And then the macro within the 30 days, you're going to audit every public facing brand asset that you have. You're going to look at everything that people can access and people can see online relative to you as an individual, you as a brand, and update at least 3 areas that no longer reflect your next level, not your current level, but your next level, what you're headed, where you're going, what you're working towards. If it does not align with it, if it's not language or content or visuals or professional forward facing, anything that can compromise an opportunity, if it doesn't reflect your next level, update it. And then finalize your written 30-day brand elevation plan so that you can have a clear path on what it is that you actually want. Because we can't get where we're going without a path. We can't get where we're going without a plan, and we can't get there without a map. So the first thing that you got to do is you got to get that out of your head and onto paper, because writing things down makes it powerful as well. Okay. So this is where we're at, the bridge to your next level. Today's reality and your next level opportunities. So your elevated identity is the bridge between who you are today and the opportunities you're preparing to receive. But in order to receive those opportunities, you have to step into that person today. You have to position for that person today. You have to pour into yourself and read and educate and really look at your brand objectively. Look at your communication. Look at your input and your output and see if the version that you currently are and how you're currently showing up with all of your assets is going to get you to where you want to go. You have to position and speak that version of yourself into life now. Okay? I love it. So ultimately, build a brand that earns trust before the conversation begins. And it reinforces your credibility long after it ends. Before people talk to us, they already know how they feel about us based off of how we're positioned online. They know they love us and want to work with us, or not so much. So you deserve, if you are in this circle, like you obviously are, you deserve to be positioned in the best possible way prior to even connecting with somebody. Okay? I love you guys. And now, so giveaway time. So we're giving away a full body massage. And all you have to do is go to our Elevate Your Growth page. And at the top, you're going to see a pinned video. Okay. It's a bunch of slides and videos, photos from us and our events and our socials and things. Go to the comment section and post what you thought, how you felt about this training today. This training is actually sponsored by Trinity Lab, and they are a massage company, and they are going to give a lucky winner a full body massage. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for whoever's going to win this. So yeah, that's all you got to do. If you enter a video in the comments, if you do like a what's it called? My goodness, my brain always melts. If you do a video like first person, just kind of, it's talking head. There it is. If you do a talking head video, like what you thought about this, how the training impacted you, maybe some things that you're implementing, and you leave that in the comments, then you get 5 entries into the giveaway. If you leave a written and you're specific about what you learned, what you're going to implement, what your favorite parts were, some of your greatest takeaways, then in that situation, you're going to get 1 entry. Okay. And we're going to draw the names, and somebody is going to get a full on hour of heaven. I am so excited for them. So I love you guys. Implement it. Do the work. Your next level is waiting on you. I promise. Okay. I love you. Have a blessed rest of the day. Bye.